Petrie, and this is my business partner, Jody Sodini from Market Like a Nerd. And in this video training, we're going to show you how you can get credit cards on the phone. Because here's the deal, guys. A yes is not a yes from your sales prospects until you have that money in the bank. So you need to know how to get these credit cards on the phone so that you can make more money and recover more lost sales. So this is something that our company is really good at. We are typically getting anywhere from 60 to 100 sales calls on our calendar, and around 90% of the people who schedule with us are going to end up saying yes to a high ticket offer. Anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000, we'll get a credit card on the phone. So,
what?
Yeah, right? So if that is something that you want to be able to do in your business, if you want a prospect to be able to whip out a credit card and pay you $10,000 on the phone, not through follow-up, not through a proposal or any of that stuff, this is how you do it. So let me walk you through it. All right, so first what I'm going to do is I want to talk about the way most people try to get credit cards or try to get the yes or try to get the sale on the phone. So we're going to call this the old way or the bad way. All right? Womp womp. And then over on this side, we're going to have the new way or the good way. So this is how you don't want to do it. This is how you do want to do it. We're going to go through both of them right now. So most people, when they are on a sales conversation, when they're on the phone with a prospect and they get to the point where they're trying to close or they're trying to make the sale, there's a couple ways that they typically will handle it. So number one is they might not directly ask for a credit card at all. Like most coaches or consultants are actually intimidated to ask for a credit card because they just don't know how to do it. So they don't ask for the credit card at all. So I'll just write no ask. And obviously if you don't ask, you don't get. If you're not asking for a credit card, you're not going to get a credit card. So that doesn't work. Another way that people handle this on the phone is they might ask, or they might say, you know, I'm going to send you an email after this call is over, right? So they'll send a follow-up email. I'm not saying F you, I'm saying follow-up. Follow-up email. What are some other ways people handle this?
They say, I will go ahead and send over a proposal.
Proposals. Yeah. Or a contract.
Or let me send you a link to pay the invoice.
Invoices. This is how most coaches and consultants or entrepreneurs in general, if they're having a sales conversation with a sales prospect, this is how they're going to ask. They're either not going to ask at all. They're going to say they're going to send a follow-up email. They're going to send a proposal. They're going to send a contract. They're going to send an invoice. You see what these things have in common? These things are all happening after the sales conversation is over. And the problem with that is even if you have someone say yes, from the time that they say yes to the time that you send the follow-up email, you send the proposal, you send the contract, you send the invoice, they could change their mind. You know, maybe it wasn't actually a yes and they were just saying that to try to get off of the phone. Maybe something happens, something changes, or they have buyer's remorse. Even though they didn't buy yet, they said yes and they feel remorseful of it and they change their mind and they don't sign this contract. They don't, say yes to your proposal. They don't complete this invoice, they don't pay, you lose that sale. That yes was not really a yes. This happens all of the time. So you do not want to do it this way. On your sales conversations, these are bad habits. This is not how you want to ask for the sale. So here's what you want to do instead. This is the new way, the good way. So it's really simple. It's just one key phrase, right? So our normal process is that we accept Visa, American Express, MasterCard, and Discover. That's it. That's the phrase. Our process is that we accept Visa, American Express, MasterCard, and Discover. And then you can go on and you can explain like what happens after you take the card. So for example, our process is that we take Visa, American Express, MasterCard, and Discover, so all four of the major credit cards. And once we take that card over the phone, I'll enter it into the system. And then once it goes through in the system, you'll get your welcome email. In that welcome email, you'll have the link to your Facebook group where you can go in and you can ask us any questions you have. You'll also get your login for the portal so you can log in and start right away. So you can go ahead and explain the rest of that process, but the key phrase is we accept Visa, American Express, MasterCard, and Discover. So you ask that, and then what do, Jody?
You tell them what happens next.
Yeah, and then you wait, right? You wait for them to respond. You wait for them to give you that credit card to say which type of major credit card they're going to be using. Don't Don't say anything else after that. You want them to be the next person who talks, right? So you kind of hand it over to them. So this script I actually taught to Jody. When we went to Russell Brunson's Funnel Hacking Live, I taught this to Jody live in the room. And do you want to talk about what happened?
Absolutely. So I had a call on my calendar during the event, which awesome. So I had to excuse myself from the event. But before that, I was nervous, and I was like, Amanda, how do you get credit cards on the phone? I know you do that all the time. How do you do that? So she gave me this script right here, and I wrote it out because I'd never used it before. I was a little bit nervous, so I had to write it out. Went out into the foyer. I had the call, and I simply said, our process is we take Visa, MasterCard, Discover, yada, yada, yada. And after we process the payment, blah, 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 blah. This is what happens next. And not only did I get a yes, I got the credit card.
Got the credit card. There you go. She got an actual yes. It's not a yes until you get the credit card. So she got an actual yes. And I'm so proud of you. Yes.
Woo!
All right. So that is how it's done. If you want to get a credit card on the phone, don't do this. Do this. Do this. That's how you get the credit card. So guys, now that you know how to actually get a credit card on the phone, I'm sure that you have questions about how do you get calls scheduled on your calendar in the first place? What type of offers do you sell? What comes before the ask on the phone call? There's a whole lot more that goes into sales than just, getting a credit card. So for that, we have a free training for you. So if you click the button below this video, you can register for our free training where we go into more depth around this and how you can get sales calls on your calendar, what the best type of offers are to sell on the phone, and how to get people to say yes to high ticket offers. Because if you remember, I said this process, we're not just getting credit cards for, like $200, $400. We're getting people who pay us on the phone from $10,000 to up to $100,000 offer. So how do you do that? We're going to talk about that in the training. So if you are a coach or a consultant, this method that we're teaching in this training, it's going to really help you to make significantly more money while working significantly less and traveling all around the world. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then click the button below, register for this webinar, and we will see you on the training.